iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome race fans out to Atlanta Motor Speedway, where the Southern Motorsport Racing League, or SoMo, will be hosting their Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series tonight. And we got a pretty big field once again for these guys. 32 cars registered for the race tonight. And we'll go through our point standings. At this moment, they've only raced one race last week at Daytona. Brad Hicks came away the winner last week and will sit on top of the points right now. Kurt Davidson in second. Buddy Jonas will be in third. Lynn McNeese in fourth. Shane Pippola is actually also tied for fourth. Dean Viney in sixth. Billy Howard in seventh. David Gainforth eighth. Justin McDuff is tied for eighth as well. And Eric Burley will round out the top 10 tonight in points. And we should have a great race. These guys put on a great race last night with 31 cars at Bristol, or 31 trucks at Bristol. So I imagine we'll get a pretty good run out of the, or excuse me, it wasn't Bristol. Where did they run last week, or last night? Go ahead and check that really quick. They ran at Las Vegas last night, and they only had 3 or 4 cautions. Pretty good green flag runs for that big of a field. So I expect to see the same thing tonight, as a lot of these drivers are the same drivers from the truck series. So still got about a minute, and yeah, they were at Las Vegas last night. Thanks for the check-in, Adam Baker. But 32 cars registered tonight, and I believe all of them are on the track. We'll see if all of them take a qualifying lap and do get on the track tonight, as usually we have a couple people register and then drop out before the race starts. As we take a look around the field as practice is winding down now. We talked about it last week. Kurt Davidson's still in that White Castle car. He should be a great competitor out there tonight. And Billy Howard and his Creek Fire scheme tonight. And it looks like Rob Whitmore, I'm not sure if he ran this last week, but it's a different Pepsi scheme to what he's normally accustomed to running, it's not all white. It's the Jeff Gordon Pepsi scheme, so we'll see how that changes things for him tonight. We got Steven Bird in the Baby Ruth car tonight. And we're heading to qualifying now, so let's go ahead and check out qualifying as it's going on. Or they're rounding out practice and then they're going to flip to qualify. Alright, we're on qualify. Are they getting 3 laps tonight? I'm not sure if Paul Zodom set up the session wrong, but they've got 4 laps to go around, 1 for a pace, and I believe 3 for the qualifying. And we're going to take a quick break and see if we can get... We've got a little bit of a graphic issue going on. We're going to see if we can get that fixed really quick. Be right back.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Alright, not sure what's going on with iRacing tonight. It's looking like we're getting some graphical issues. We'll go ahead and push through this, though, as qualifying times have come in. Anthony Thitchner sitting on top of the pole tonight. We do have, it looks like, roughly 6 drivers not taking time. I'm not sure how many of those have disconnected from the server. We will definitely see, though, how many we have left tonight. No problem, Tim. Always great to be out here broadcasting these races. These guys put on a great show. And how many Lazy Days drivers do we have tonight? We have Eric out here. We have Todd Kirkwood is registered, didn't take a qualifying time. Kirk Smith is also out here. Trying to see, I don't think we have any other. I think those are the Lazy Dayz drivers tonight. So there's actually a pretty good group of Lazy Day racing drivers out here. And is anybody still taking time? We got Kurt Davidson on the track still. I believe he's taken both his qualifying laps, so we should be going to the grid here shortly, as we actually have a couple of drivers still just sitting at the entrance of pit road. Lupe Gonzalez. Oh, we're flipping to gridding now, so let's go ahead and take a look at the grid for tonight. Anthony Thitchner will come in first tonight with a 29.14. Chris Simiard will be in second tonight. Lynn McNeese third. AJ Hamill fourth. Ryan Gemmel will start fifth. And Adam Baker will start sixth. Okay. Oops, wrong thing again. Sorry about that. Brad Hicks will start 7th. Stephen Burnett starting 8th. Daniel Haney starting 9th tonight. Billy Howard in 10th. Rob Whitmore will start in 11th. Jeff Glockner will start 12th. Michael Palmer will start 13th. Lupe Gonzalez in 14th. Bobby Jonas will start 15th tonight. David Howard Jr. will start 16th. Kurt Davidson will start 17th. Jim Locking 18th. Joe Mitchell will start 19th. Paul Zoda will start back in 20th. Joe Owens will start 21st. David Gainforth will start 22nd. Eric Barilli will start in 23rd. Dean Viney will start 24th. Paul Cohen will start 25th tonight. Stephen Bird will start 26th. James Haney will start 27th. Brandon Cretion will start in 28th. Bob Skinner back in 29th. Keith Haney in 30th. Kirk Davidson in 31st. And Shane Adkins will start 32nd. And Todd Kirkwood will round out the field tonight in 33rd. And the pace car is moving now, so we are on our pace lap. And the grid tonight was brought to you by iBog. Make sure to check him out at ibog.co. Jason Allison puts on great overlays and allows us to use the Fox overlay for the broadcast. And we will have a new overlay coming in the future that will it's going to look amazing. So make sure to stay tuned to Arctic Broadcasting and subscribe or follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to stay tuned to Arctic Broadcasting. As the 12 of Anthony Thitchner will bring him around. Set to have a great race tonight, and we actually have all 33 drivers on the field. Anthony Thitchner will bring him around. Turn number 4, pace car will dip in. And the green flag is out. Anthony Thitchner to the line, and we are racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 120 laps tonight. Should be a great race by all. And we're still double file most of the way back. A couple cars have already broken away at the back of the pack. But the 83 of Ryan Gemmel is where our battle was at for the moment. It seems like he cleared it up a little bit. Has Adam Baker behind him now. And Chris Simiard in second. Lynn McNeese third. Anthony Thitchner still leading this race as we're on lap 2. And Ryan Gemmel is gonna move his way into third, gets under Lynn McNeese and makes the pass. And Lynn's on that high side in danger of dropping back to fifth now, with Adam Baker now dipping to the inside, and Adam is going to follow Ryan Gemmel as Ryan's going into second. Adam's going to try to take over Chris Simiard and move into third now. And Adam Baker is going to be scored as third place now. Ryan Gemmel moves up to second, and Adam Baker goes to the high side to try to make a move on Ryan. It doesn't look like he's going to get it there as he dips back down behind Ryan. Let's go back to our next battle, which I believe is the 86 of Brad Hicks and the 11 of Daniel Haney. And Daniel Haney brought in a third place finish last night. Great driving by him well, he outlasted a lot of guys on the fuel run. So behind them, you've got Lupe Gonzalez with Michael Palmer on the high side, who's now dropped back with the 88 of Jeff Lochner. So we're still watching this battle as the 11 drop back. 53 of Lupe Gonzalez is now on Brad Hicks' inside. Brad Hicks looking to drop to the inside now. And I don't think he's going to get down there in time to defend against Lupe Gonzalez, who is working the bottom side and trying to get around Brad Hicks. I'm not sure if he's going to get the pass this time around. It looks like he had a nose on him for a second. And Lupe still hits the grass a little bit, slows him down. That's going to give Daniel Haney a chance to catch up and pass him. It looks like Lupe is going to jump in front of him. We're going single file there. Let's go back to the 88 of Jeff Lochner, and we got trouble down on the apron. He's coming back up. The 54 of Joe Mitchell is going to park it and part every... Oh, one more car involved. 82, the 4, take a little bit of damage. And that'll be our first caution of the night. Let's go ahead and take a look back to see what went on with Joe Mitchell. And it's looking like he pinched down just a little too much. Oh, actually, the 88 came down into him. He hit that wall, blew his engine. He's got to reset, but... And then he came back onto the track, hit the 82, and the 4 took a little bit of damage. Those were the two cars involved. And our leader for the moment, Anthony Fitchner, will bring him to pit road. But let's go ahead and take a quick break as they're coming to pit road to get their stops done.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
All right, we come back. I'm not sure if Keith Haney actually stopped. I don't believe he stopped. He might have missed his pit stall or decided while in the pits he wasn't going to take a pit stop. And Keith Haney will now lead the race, taking it over from Anthony Fitchner. And I have Keith Haney as not taking a pit stop. We did see him rolling through pit lane though, so interesting strategy by Keith Haney. They bring him around turn number 4. We are on the 1 to go. Pace car will dip in, and we're green again, and Keith Haney will bring him to the line. Does Keith Haney lead the lap? Yes, he does. Keith Haney will get his first lap led tonight. First driver other than Anthony Fitchner to lead a lap. And now we got Adam Baker on the bottom side, trying to get back into second. He will take over second from Anthony Fitchner. Can he complete the pass though? As he's still got Anthony Fitchner to his outside. Looks like he will make the pass. As now Anthony Fitchner to the inside, trying to stay ahead of Adam Baker, and Adam Baker shut the door on him. And we'll now see if Adam Baker can get around Keith Haney, who's been pretty dominant here at Southern Motorsport. Adam Baker to the high side, and he's going to have Anthony Fitchner go to the low side, and Keith Haney into the wall. Adam Baker will take over the lead. So Adam Baker does lead a lap, but he's got Anthony Fitchner back to the lead. Bad break for Keith Haney. As now Adam Baker to the inside of Anthony Fitchner. And back and forth these two go. Adam Baker shutting the line off from Anthony Fitchner, who was trying to work the inside. Adam is going to lead his second lap of the night and be our third leader of the night. So now our top 5 is Adam Baker, Anthony Fitchner, Lynn McNeese, Ryan Gemmel, and Billy Howard in the 07 sits back in 5th. Adam Baker to the high side though, and he's going to let Anthony Fitchner to that low side, and Anthony Fitchner will take back his lead, leading his ninth lap of the night. And Billy Howard is back here. Well, actually, let's take a look at the third place battle with the 83 of Ryan Gemmel, who just went to the inside of the 84 of Lynn McNeese, trying to get to third, and he's got the 07 of Billy Howard right behind him, so he's going to get a little bit of draft here. And it looks like he's going to get just enough to pass Lynn McNeese. Lynn McNeese will drop in right behind him. And we got a new third place with Ryan Gemmel. Taking a look through the field, here's our next battle. 27 of Chris Simiard, who started second tonight. He's got Brad Hicks, the points leader, on his outside. And it does look like Chris is going to pass Brad for that eighth spot. And we got a battle back here with Kurt Davidson now. Kurt Davidson battling the 70 of Rob Whitmore. And Kurt's got the inside line, and that inside line definitely does work for these guys at the beginning of the race. As the race goes on, you'll see the guys prefer the top line as their tires wear down. And while that battle has died down, let's go ahead and take a look back out front. with Anthony Fitchner and Adam Baker, and Anthony is opening up a little bit of a gap on Adam now. 0.2 seconds ahead of Adam Baker, and Adam's got 0.3, almost 0.4, now 0.4 behind him to Ryan Gemmel. And it definitely seems like Adam Baker is able to open that gap up even more on Ryan Gemmel, who's now almost to a 0.7 second interval there. And we did have one car, I believe, who was involved in a wreck, I think, because he is 8 laps down, and now I believe he's officially retired. The 5 of Stephen F. Burnett has retired from the race tonight. So we have our first car going behind the wall. Still 32 cars left on the track, and we have 28 of them still on the lead lap. And we have 2 on 1 lap down and 2 more on 2 laps down. So pretty competitive field still going on here. Let's take a look through the field, see if we got what we got going on for battles. We got the 83 of Ryan Gemmel, who was up front battling for a while down on the apron. Let's see if we can take a look to see what happened to Ryan, as Ryan was up here battling with Lynn McNeese, clipped the grass, went through the grass, was able to gain control of it and able to keep it down low, and everybody went by, but he's able to drive on once again all the way back in 19th now. We got AJ Hamill up here. Let's go up to this battle ahead of him though, with Lupe Gonzalez in the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Lupe is moving into 3rd place now. Not sure if he's got enough to go around the corner and keep the pass on Lynn. And it looks like he does. So Lupe Gonzalez will be scored as our 3rd place on this lap. Laps in, we've had 1 caution here tonight, and still having some pretty good racing all around the track. And we're getting mini packs going on. See where our next battle is at. I believe our next battle is actually right here with the 26 of Eric Burley, one of those Lazy Days racing drivers, battling it out with the 99 of Jeff Glockner. Makes the pass on him. And now Jeff's going to go to his inside. They're right behind Paul Zoda. And Jeff Glockner does let Eric by clean. And then the 91 of Jim Locking makes the pass on him also. So Jeff Glockner will drop back into 16th. Eric Burley up to 14th. Jim Locking moves up to 15th. And Jeff Glockner is now going to try to make the pass on the inside of Jim Locking. It looks like Jeff got a little bit on the apron there and is going to lose some speed. And let's go back out front. We've got a good battle as Adam Baker takes over the lead. And he's got Anthony Fitchner back on his inside. And Anthony drops behind Adam Baker, so Adam Baker gets a chance to lead some laps a little bit here tonight, as we're on lap 26 of 120. And the 18 of AJ Hamill has moved into 3rd, passed up Lupe Gonzalez, but he is 1.6 back from these two. Anthony Fitchner looks very content right now, staying behind Adam Baker, as he knows he's got to keep those tires fresh, not to burn them up. Otherwise, he is not going to win the battle. He's actually already starting to drop back to a 0.2 second gap between the two. So let's see if Anthony Fitchner makes up that time very quickly at the beginning of the corner and loses it back to a .4 now on the exit of the corner. And what is happening to Lupe Gonzalez? He was up in third a minute ago, and now he's back in fifth, and he is going to lose a couple more spots as Brad Hicks and the 19 of David Howard Jr. are going to make the pass on him. David Howard Jr. in that Arkansas Razorback scheme tonight, and they're making the pass on Lupe Gonzalez, who was up front battling for a while. And I'm wondering if Lupe just burned him up too quick trying to get to the front and is now going to start getting past. And let's take a run through our field, man, as Adam Baker is out front leading this race here right now. Anthony Thitchner currently sits in second. He's got 51 of Paul Cohen behind him, but Paul Cohen is a lap car. AJ Hamill currently sits in third. Chris Simiard is in a battle right now with Brad Hicks for fourth and fifth. David Howard Jr. right behind them in sixth. Lupe Gonzalez sitting back in seventh now. Kurt Davidson is catching him quickly in eighth. Lynn McNeese in 10th. Rob Whitmore in 9th. Daniel Haney in 11th. And Eric Burley is going to make the pass right now on Daniel Haney. Let's see if he can make the pass, and he does. Moves into 11th position. Daniel Haney now back in. We're having a pit stop. See if we can get who it is. Jim Locking now in 12th. Lynn McNeese is on pit road. Not sure if that was intentional, but he will be in. Well, he'll be near the back of the pack when all said and done. Eric Burley in 10th now. Jim Locking in 12th. Paul Zoda 13th. David Gainforth 14th. Shane Adkins in 15th. Billy Howard in 16th. James Haney back in 18th. Todd Kirkwood is currently sitting in 17th. Michael Palmer is now sitting in 19th. Jeff Glockner back in 20th. Ryan Gimmel in 21st after going through the grass and gaining control of the car. Keith Haney is back in 22nd. Brandon Cretion is in 23rd. Bobby Jonas in 24th. Dean Viney 25th. Lynn McNeese is now scored back in 28th. Kirk Smith, another one of those lazy days drivers, sitting in 26th at the moment. Stephen Bird in 27th. Bob Skinner back in 29th. Joe Owen currently sitting in 30th, 2 laps down. And Paul Cohen sits in 31st, 4 laps down. And Joe Mitchell will round out the field 6 laps down and 32nd. Adam Baker still out front though, has now led 16 laps, most laps of the night. And the very beginning of this race, he has led 16 laps, and Anthony Thitchner has led 15. So they've got a pretty good battle going on there as Adam Baker goes to the inside of the 71 of Dean Viney in the Mac Tools scheme tonight. And we had that early caution, and since then we have been green, so pretty good start for these guys. 33 cars started on the field tonight. We had 1 caution so far. Pretty impressive by Southern Motorsports. And when do we see our leaders come down pit road is not sure if the 84 of Lynn McNeese meant to take a stop that early or he hadn't pitted yet. But he is now scored 1 lap down. Yep, Eric Burley is now scored as 9th for an update on Eric. As we're now 37 laps into this race, Adam Baker still out front. Yeah, sure. I'll get back to you as soon as I get done with this broadcast. And we have our first caution, or our second caution of the night. And it was Kirk Smith who was involved. Let's go ahead and take a look as we have our second caution of the night. And I'm not sure if Kirk was actually involved in it as he was coming off pit road. And it looks like he went through pit road. I'm wondering if he just went through to not drop down anymore. Because I'm not seeing any of the cars with major damage. I think that's Keith Haney's got a little bit of damage. But we'll see who decides, or who stays on pit road. And we'll try to figure out what happened. We'll take a quick break and be back after this. We're still trying to figure out who was involved in that. We're getting word it's the 19. And let's see if we can see what happened to David Howard Jr. Let's see if we can take a look back. On pit road. 19 of David Howard Jr. Can we see what happened? And he doesn't have any damage, so I don't think it was David Howard Jr. And we're going to go back up front now. So we got Adam Baker and Anthony Fitchner still up there. Let's see if we can get a word in with Adam Baker. Adam Baker, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
And as usual, we see you up front battling for the lead. How's the car out there tonight?
It's getting pretty tight on the long run, but it's pretty good overall. Really fast on the start of the run. It's a good setup.
Now we've seen a couple of guys snap loose coming off of 4. Have you had an issue with that?
I haven't had any issues yet. It gets a little bit loose, but I haven't been putting too much wheel into it, so I haven't had a problem with that.
All right. And as we go to 1 to go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank you for doing this every week, the truck races as well. Just like to thank everybody in the league for putting on great races, Lazy Days for sponsoring the league as well.
All right. Hopefully you have a good race, and hopefully we talk to you later on tonight.
Thank you.
And they're now on the 1 to go, 41 laps down, our second caution of tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race summary before we go green. Anthony Fitchner, current your leader, 40 laps down, 5 lead changes, 2 cautions for 7 laps. And with 32 cars still on the field, it's pretty impressive. We've only had 2 cautions. So hopefully we keep it green tonight, and we had a pretty good run there. We are still not sure who was involved in that last accident, but we will be going green once again. Anthony Fitchner back in the lead, and David Howard Jr. scored as third. Pace car dips in, and the green flag is out. Adam Baker went right to the side of Anthony Fitchner, but Anthony Fitchner will beat him to the line. And now David Howard Jr. is making the pass on Adam Baker. As we're seeing Adam fall back, drops in front of AJ Hamill. And does AJ Hamill get the nose in there? It doesn't look like it. And Adam Baker will sit in third with now AJ Hamill working the inside. Let's take a look back. With Eric Barilli, we got another caution. And Billy Howard was involved in it. Let's go ahead and take a look to see what happened there. Quick caution. Oh, we got somebody with a blown engine. Not sure who that is, but let's go ahead and take a look to see what happened. Oh, we had a big wreck back here. Oh, and the 46 thought he was clear of the 11, and 31 went into Billy Howard. Oh man, tons of cars involved. The 37 of Todd Kirkwood, the 51 of Paul Cohen was also involved in that. So, unfortunately, that's going to hurt a lot of drivers tonight. As you see, Shane Atkins has got some pretty good damage on that car. Billy Howard's got some good damage. Daniel Haney's got some damage. 31 of Michael Palmer. It doesn't look like in front of Michael Palmer has got much damage, but Michael Palmer does have a blown engine at the moment, and we'll have to use a quick repair if he still has it. Anthony Thitcher, though, has elected to stay out and will be in the lead with David Howard Jr. on his outside, Adam Baker behind him, and AJ Hamill sitting in fourth. As we are getting the lucky dog, the 14 of Stephen Bird will get the lucky dog and make his way around. Let's go ahead and take another quick break as we have our third caution of the night.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
As we're now on lap 45 of 120. And they are still on 2 to go. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get a word in with AJ Hamill, who currently will be scored as 4th when he makes his way around. AJ Hamill, you got a copy. Doesn't look like we have AJ Hamill. Now we're on the 1 to go, so we're going to stay. We're going to let these drivers focus and get ready to go green again. Hopefully we get another long green flag run. And we'll take a look at, we'll go take a run through our standings before we go green again. Anthony Thitcher in the lead, David Howard Jr. second, Adam Baker third, AJ Hamill fourth, Brad Hicks fifth, Eric Barilli now sitting in sixth, Kurt Davidson seventh, Chris Simiard will start back in eighth, Lupe Gonzalez ninth, and Paul Zotto rounds out your top 10. And we've still got 24 cars on the lead lap. Lap 46 of 120 tonight. And the pace car will be dipping off any moment now. And we have Jeff Glockner and Kirk Smith taking it behind the wall. So we're down to 30 cars on the track. Still an impressive number here. Pace car will dip off, and Anthony Thitchner will bring him to the line. Green flag is out, and I believe David Howard Jr. has just beat him to the line. David Howard Jr. getting his first lap lead of the night. And he's going to drop right in front of Anthony Thitchner. So David Howard Jr. getting his first laps led tonight. Adam Baker now back in third. Eric Barilli on the battle with Kurt Davidson on the outside. Brad Hicks now jumps in front of him. Let's go ahead and take a look back there. And we've got a four-car battle, really, as now Lupe Gonzalez is going to try to get in that mix, but it's still Eric Barilli, Brad Hicks, and Kurt Davidson. And Anthony Thitchner did take back over the lead. And I'm not sure what happened to David Howard Jr. Where is he sitting now? David Howard Jr. is sitting way back. Did something happen to David that we did not see? Oh, yeah, he did cross across the grass. Let's see exactly what happened to him, as he got bumped by Anthony Thitchner and then lost control of it, put it in the grass. Was able to keep control of it. Nice driving there by the 19. Gets back on the track, back in 22nd though. Tough break for David as Anthony Thitchner gave him a bump there. Now Anthony Thitchner is in the lead, battling with Adam Baker, and AJ Hamill now sits in third. Now we're going to stay on this actually, as Adam Baker is fighting Anthony Thitchner, trying to get to the lead. Anthony Thitchner's got that low side though. He's going to burn up those tires quicker than Adam Baker though. And I think that's why we're seeing Adam Baker go to that high line more than a lot of drivers, because he knows that if he stays on that high line, his tires will be fresher as the runs go on. Lap 51 out of 120 down tonight. As that sorts itself out, let's go ahead and take a look back here with Brad Hicks. We've got Kurt Davidson behind him. And actually, Eric Barilli is in a battle with a 27 of Chris Simiard now. And he's still got Lupe Gonzalez behind him. The 87 of Keith Haney has worked himself back up the track. And the 83 recovered from going in the grass earlier as well. And behind them, you got the 99 of Paul Zoda, along with the 02 of Christian. Let's see, who is the 02? 02 is Brandon Christian. But Eric is able to hold his line and keep that car up and not let Chris Simiard pass, but Chris Simiard is going to get the pass, as that bottom line is just a little bit quicker, but it also takes a little bit more away from your tires. As now Eric's trying to go to the inside, and Chris will get down in front of him. Now let's go back up front. Adam Baker's still leading, and he's actually got some distance on Anthony Thitchner now. And they've got almost a 2-second gap from Anthony Thitchner to AJ Hamill, as AJ Hamill's in a battle with the 41 of Kurt Davidson. Kurt Davidson and Brad Hicks back here with Chris Simiard. Behind them you have Keith Haney now with Eric Barilli. And the 07 of Billy Howard, who is a lapped car, is getting passed up by the whole field now. Kurt Davidson's going to go to the inside and try to make that pass on AJ Hamilton. Kurt Davidson's actually scored as our 3rd place at the moment. So Kurt Davidson getting up front, but he is almost 2.5 back from 2nd place. And Brad Hicks is now going to go to the inside and try to make the pass on AJ Hamilton. And it didn't look like AJ knew he was down there for the moment, as he was trying to stay low, and Brad Hicks is going to pass him. Chris Semyard now working on him, and the 87 of Keith Haney is trying to hook up with Chris Semyard and get the pass on both these guys on the high side. And they're all going to pass AJ Hamel. Let's go back out front with Anthony Thitcher, who's now 0.5 back from Adam Baker. And that battle seems to be dying down. It does seem like Adam Baker's plan of keeping it on the high line and letting Anthony Thitcher burn up those tires is working out for him. Kurt Davidson sitting in 3rd. Brad Hicks 4th. Keith Haney has made his way up into the top 5. Chris Semyard now 6th. AJ Hamel back in 7th. Eric Barilli in 8th with a whole bunch of cars. The 02 of Brandon Cretion and the 99 of Paul Zota, along with the 83 of Ryan Gemmel. And the 101 of David Gainforth is right behind them with, I believe, Lupe Gonzalez. And Eric's going to go to the bottom line of Paul Zota. And Eric is going to be clear for the moment with Paul Zota. And Eric now in 11th, trying to catch up to Ryan Gemmel, who's in 10th. But Paul Zota now making the pass. Oh, excuse me. Ryan Gemmel is actually back here with these guys. So we are on replay. No wonder. Eric Barilli is in 10th. Sorry about that. Don't know why we were stuck on replay. But Eric Barilli is in 10th. Paul Zota in 9th. And David Gainforth now moving into 11th. Adam Baker opening a gap though now. 0.6 ahead of Anthony Thitchner, as we have reached the halfway point in tonight's race. Bob Skinner back in 27th, has been trying to battle back since being involved in that wreck earlier, and he's holding on, trying to get his laps back. If we don't get much more cautions though, it's going to be tough to get those back, as Adam Baker is taking over the race. And Brandon Cretion, or excuse me, it wasn't Brandon Cretion, it was Chris Semyard, has a pretty good battle on his hands right now, as he's got the 41 of Kurt Davidson, the 86 of Brad Hicks working on him, and Keith Haney moves up into 3rd. As we're having pretty good battles all around the track right now. Brad Hicks seems to be even with Kurt Davidson. And coming off the corner, Brad Hicks will get the pass on Kurt Davidson and move up into 5th. Let's go ahead and take a look through the field, see where our next battle is at. As a lot of these cars have broken away and they're single file, and here we go. Paul Zota in a battle with the 70 of Rob Whitmore and the 19 of David Howard Jr. And Paul Zota is falling back, now back in 17th, back by backed by Dean Viney and David Howard Jr. in that Arkansas Razorbacks machine, trying to get past Paul Zoda now. Paul Zoda in the Support the Monkey, sponsoring Monkey Butt today. And the 71 is now going to try to work on Paul Zoda. And that is the 4 of Joe Mitchell, who is 4 laps down behind them. And we got one in the wall, the 70 in the wall, keeping it high, letting everybody pass. That was Rob Whitmore, who I'm not sure if he's got a little bit of wheel damage, because it doesn't look like he's driving that thing very hard at the moment, able to get it down and off the track. He's probably going to pit road and getting that damage repaired. And our next, let's go ahead and look at AJ Hamill, who's still in this battle with Kurt Davidson and Brandon Cretion. Let's actually focus on Kurt Davidson, who just was passed by Brandon Cretion. Kurt Davidson now sitting in 8th. Yeah, this league time and time again has put on great races, so I wouldn't be surprised if we stay green the rest of the way with 30 cars still on the track. Actually, I believe Ryan Gemmel has taken it behind the wall, so we have 29 on the track. As AJ Hamill has lost 6th to Brandon Cretion now. And we're having a couple pit stops here and there, but the last major stops looks like to be on 43. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get to see some green flag stops here shortly. And Brad Hicks seems to be in a battle. Let's go ahead and take a look at that as he passed, I believe, the 27 of Chris Simiard. Back up front with Adam Baker, who has been cruising since taking the lead, now has led 39 laps tonight. Anthony Fitchner has led 26, so he still has a 0.2 second lead on Anthony Fitchner, and Keith Haney is still 2 seconds back from Anthony Fitchner. So the top two have definitely separated from the rest of the pack, and Keith Haney is starting to separate from 4th of Brad Hicks, who has Brandon Cretion, Chris Simiard, AJ Hamill, Kurt Davidson, and Eric Barilli behind him. And then you have David Gainforth not far back, and then you come back to Jim Locking and David Howard Jr. David Howard Jr. just made the pass on Jim and will move into 11th. And Adam Baker is in danger of losing the lead to Anthony Fitchner now. On lap 71, and Anthony is trying to make the pass, but Adam is blocking that bottom line, trying to defend his lead and get as many laps as he can get, and hopefully get that most laps led tonight. He now has 42, but Anthony Fitchner can still get that from him. And since I know we do have a Lazy Days Racing fan in the chat tonight, let's go ahead and take a look. Eric Barilli now back in 9th, and Todd Kirkwood in 14th. So a good showing by these two guys out here tonight. Kurt Davidson was on the track tonight involved in a wreck, so he did drop out of the race. But these two are definitely making a name for Lazy Days Racing. Adam Baker still out front though. 0.2 second lead still on Anthony Fitchner. And it does look like Keith Haney is starting to fall off. but he's still got a pretty good distance on 4th place, Brad Hicks. He's got a 0.4 second lead on him. But I imagine it's not too much longer, and we'll see the final pit stops of the night as Adam Baker is bringing it to pit road. That'll give up the lead to Anthony Thitchner. As Adam Baker taking his final stop of the night. Anthony Thitchner, does he bring it to pit road? And it looks like Anthony is electing to stay out. Not sure how long Anthony Thitchner can hold off on going to the pits. Keith Haney's still out. And we got a couple more drivers coming down pit road. David Gainforth came down. Jim Locking down. 44 laps to go, though. Anthony Thitchner still staying out, collecting as many laps as he can tonight. And when does Anthony Thitchner come in? Because the longer he stays out, the farther back he's going to be when everybody has taken their stops. Adam Baker is already back out on the track. So is Lynn McNeese and Chris Simyard. So those guys have been battling up front. And they're going to start gaining some time as you see Keith Haney is making up some time on Anthony Thitchner. Let's go take a look back at Keith Haney, who's got this battle back here. Battle back here with Brad Hicks and the 02 with Brandon Cretion. And Keith Haney will now bring it down pit road. And Anthony Thitchner did as well, giving the lead up to Brad Hicks, who will lead his first laps of the night. So now Brad Hicks leading the race. "40 laps to go, and Brad Hicks still needs to take his last stop of the night. And it looking like we're going to see him come down pit road as he slows way down, almost takes out, I believe that was a 48 of Adam Baker. And that should give up the lead to AJ Hamill now, if he is coming down pit road. So let's see if Kurt Davidson is still out there. Actually, we have Daniel Haney scored as our leader. Now let's take a look to see when Daniel Haney last pitted. Do not have Daniel Haney pitting yet, so he will have to come down pit road here shortly. Daniel Haney still out here leading laps, 2 laps led now. And we got a caution, so this changes the whole pace of the game. Daniel Haney once again stays out as long as he can, and caution comes out. And I believe the 82 of Bob Skinner was involved in that. As he's coming down pit road now, so let's see. He was on pit road just a second ago. We'll see if something happened when he came off pit road, because we saw him going down pit road after the caution had come out. Was he going back down for a black flag, though? We'll see if maybe Bob Skinner lost control coming off the corner. No, that is not what happened. We got Billy Howard down on pit road. Let's see if that was the problem. And we're not seeing the caution. What caused the caution? Oh, there it is. We had a car in the wall, the 51 of Paul Cohen. Let's take a look to see what happened to him. Alright, and we finally found out what happened. He lost control of it on the front stretch, tapped the wall, and couldn't rein the car in. Does hit the wall, spins it. Doesn't look like anybody else was involved. Great avoidance by everybody, and as soon as he could, he got that car off the track. So Paul Cohen, unfortunately, probably ends his night tonight. And we got a new leader up front, Chris Simyard. A lot of guys are going to take the wave around here. And Chris has not pitted yet, actually, so I believe he was involved in that wave around. Because Daniel Haney will take back the lead. So here we are with 35 to go. Daniel Haney is your leader, Michael Palmer in second, Anthony Thixner third, Adam Baker in fourth, Lynn McNeese in fifth, Bobby Jonas sixth, Chris Simyard seventh, Brad Hicks eighth, Brandon Cretion in ninth, and David Gainforth in 10th. And we don't have anybody taking it behind the wall yet, so we still have 29 cars on the track. Daniel Haney trying to get his first win here in any Southern Motorsports race. So he's got 35 laps and he's got to defend and hopefully get the line he wants. As we have the 51 of Paul Cohen still sitting down in the pits. So I'm not sure if he's going to take it behind the wall tonight or sit back and watch the race. But we have 27 or 28 cars still running and 29 are still on the track. As they're now on the 1 to go. And a lot of these guys stayed out, so they are definitely hoping for another caution quick, or they have pitted shortly before. And for the Lazy Days racing update, Eric Verrilli is 1 lap down in 18th, and Todd Kirkwood is 2 laps down in 21st. Michael Palmer was involved in one of those wrecks earlier today. He's now sitting in second. Pace car has dropped down. And Daniel Haney bringing him to the line. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Southern Motorsports Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. And you can see quickly that top line just doesn't work at the start, as Daniel Haney's going to take off with Anthony Thitchner behind him and Lynn McNeese behind Anthony. Anthony now going to the high side, trying to make that work. Adam Baker to the low side. And can they catch Daniel Haney, as Daniel's actually in trouble losing the lead to Anthony Thitchner? Leads another lap, but he's got Anthony Thitchner on that far side trying to make the move. Anthony Thitchner to the lead for the moment, and he's going to hold on to it going out of the corner. .32 laps to go, and if we can get another green flag run here, nobody will have to take stops, so it's all up to conserving those tires for the long run. As we're starting to get a little bit of connection interference, not sure what's going on. Adam Baker, or Anthony Thitchner, goes to the lead. Adam Baker now working on Daniel Haney. Daniel Haney pushed that envelope to the edge and got lucky with the caution and was able to go in, take his pit stop, and come back out in first. But now Anthony Thitchner is back up front trying to take that most laps led from Adam Baker. And Adam Baker's going to move into second, and Daniel Haney's got to be careful not to lose third to Lynn McNeese now. As Lynn is going to start working on Daniel Haney. And Daniel Haney's going to drop to that bottom and try to suck up behind the 48 of Adam Baker. Let's take a look back in the field. See where our closest battle is. Here it is. Chris Simiard with lapped traffic. Eric Barilli trying to get his lap back. 1 lap down. He's got time. If we get another yellow, he will be the lucky dog tonight. And Chris Simiard is going to get around Eric, and Eric's going to drop in behind him, and hopefully he's going to try to save his tires a little bit here. Brandon Creation back here with Paul Zoda. Paul Zoda is also another lapped car, so we got lapped cars mixed in throughout the field. Brad Hicks, and we got a huge pack back here with the 101 of David Gainfield, who's currently sitting in 10th. As they're 3 wide going into turn number 1, David Howard Jr. and Bob Skinner on that top line. And there is no room for David Howard Jr. to go anywhere. And I believe we hit the 41 of Kurt Davidson into the wall. They do go back to 2 wide. Look back with Kurt Davison, who tapped the wall there. He is back on, but he's got a lot of damage on that right side. He's right behind the 54 of Joe Mitchell, who is 5 laps down at the moment. Kurt Davidson is on the lead lap, the last lead lap car on the track. Heath Haney has worked himself up to 14 and just passed Bobby Jonas. And one of Jim Locking right in front of them. Lupe now trying to work his way towards the front as we're on 26 to go. And we're definitely going to see a charge from Lupe here. Let's go up front, though. We got Anthony Thitchner trying to defend from Adam Baker. And we know Adam Baker's got that long run car. So we'll see if he can let Anthony Thitchner burn him up and get him around 25 to go. As they're on lap 95 of 120 tonight. And Adam Baker just keeping it right behind Anthony Thitchner. And he's going to go to the high side and let Anthony burn those tires up on the bottom side. And Adam Baker's still there. Let's see if we can take a look back I believe we saw Keith Haney making a move. Go to Keith Haney. He just passed the 101 of David Gainforth, moving up to 12. And this battle is getting too hot up front. Let's go ahead and make sure we see when the pass happens, if it happens, as Adam Baker now to the inside of Anthony Thitchner. Oh, and that was close, almost clipped Anthony Thitchner. And now Adam Baker to the lead, does lead the lap, and that is his 45th lap led of the night. Anthony Thitchner has 40, so Adam definitely steals one when he needs it to try to break that string of Anthony Thitchner's led laps. As Adam Baker now falls back to second, and now he's got Daniel Haney trying to work on him again. And Daniel Haney's charging back towards the front, trying to get his first win here tonight. And our next closest battle is we got cars mixed in here, lap traffic all around. The 70 of Rob Whitmore's got AJ Hamill behind him, along with the 82 of Bob Skinner and the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez. The lead lap cars will go to the bottom side, as Rob Whitmore is 2 laps down and Bob Skinner is also 2 laps down. So we've got a little, we got lead lap action going on. We got cars 2 laps down, trying to battle for the lead, or battle for position. And you got Keith Haney in the 71 of Dean Viney. Let's see here. Haney is on the lead lap and Dean Viney on the lead lap. Dean Viney is 1 lap down. So you've got lap traffic mixed in here. If you don't have that relative pulled up, you don't know who is what and how hard you should push it trying to get around them. As Adam Baker is right back to Anthony Thitchner. Anthony Thitchner now has 43 laps led. This most laps led tonight is going to go down to the wire, as Adam Baker's got 45 and Anthony Thitchner's 43. And it does look like Anthony's going to lead this lap, so he'll be 1 away from tying Adam Baker for the most laps led. We still have 18 laps to go, though, so it could be anybody's race, as Adam Baker is going to go to the high side of Anthony Thitchner. And it doesn't look like Adam is going to get the lead here, so they will be tied for the most laps led at 45. As Adam Baker, does he get the lead here? It doesn't look like he quite had it, as he went a little high. And he's going to lose a little time to the 12 of Anthony Thitchner. And the 11 of Daniel Haney is right there, where if either of these 2 guys make a mistake, he will take over the lead. And Chris Simiart is right behind the top 3. So we've got a great 4-car battle for the lead with 16 to go. Now Adam Baker is trying to still make his move on Anthony Thitchner. And Anthony Thitchner will go to 47 laps led with this lap, 15 to go. If Adam Baker wants that most laps led tonight, he's got to try to make his move and get in front and try to lock that up. As it does look like Anthony Thitchner did have to slow down there. Adam Baker, does he beat him to the line? Doesn't quite beat him to the line, but we have 14 to go now. Anthony Thitchner with 48 laps led now, as Adam Baker is now going to try to push him down the hill and try to get that runoff out of turn number 2. He does get the runoff and take over the lead for the moment. and he's going to drop it right in front of Anthony Titchener. So Adam Baker has a chance to take back that most laps led. He's got to lead 2 more laps here, as he now has 46 laps led. To go. 46 to 48 for the laps led between these 2 cars. And Chris Simyard did move into 3rd place. So he's got a pretty good gap between him and Daniel Haney now. So we'll keep an eye on that as it goes on. Adam Baker, though, has 47 laps led. Anthony Titchener trying to get to the inside of Adam Baker, doesn't quite get it. And Adam will have the runoff of turn 2, gonna drop in front of Anthony Titchener and defend that line, and we should be tied at the end of this corner. When they come to the start finish, we will both have 48 laps led between Adam Baker and Anthony Titchener, and we have 11 laps to go. So we have the first car to lead 6 laps out of these 2 will get the most laps led tonight. As Adam Baker brings it around again to take that lead for most laps led. 49 to 48, Baker with the advantage over Titchener. I can tell you firsthand, in this league, you need as many points as you can get when you can get them. So Adam Baker has definitely got to get that most laps led if he wants to try to win a championship this year. And Anthony Titchener, being a rookie, is definitely going to want to get up there and take that lead back, get a win tonight, and get the most laps led, as we're on 9 to go. And Adam Baker only needs 4 more laps to seal the deal for the most laps led tonight. And Brad Hicks is now, let's go back and look at Brad Hicks, who I thought he was working on, that is lap traffic. Eric Barilli is up here with the 27 of Chris Simyard and the 11 of Daniel Haney. And it does look like Daniel Haney is starting to die off. Maybe he burned those tires up too quickly. Chris Simyard sitting in 3rd, letting the lap traffic of Eric Barilli get around. Eric trying to get his lap back the hard way. 8 laps to go, though. Can he get up to Adam Baker and Anthony Titchener? Now let's go back up with Adam Baker, who's now got 51 led. This time around, he'll need 2 more, 8 laps to go as they come to 7 to go. (52 to 48) now. Adam Baker does seem pretty comfortable up front, and our closest battle is with Chris Simyard. Let's go ahead and take a look back there in 3rd. As he's now got Daniel Haney coming back, trying to work on him and get back into 3rd. As we get the 6 to go here shortly. We are now on 6 to go, and Chris Simyard looks like he's going to take the outside. Does he have enough to keep off Daniel Haney, who... It does look like Chris Simyard's going to get that runoff and save the position for him for the moment. And now we got Brad Hicks mixing it. Does Brad Hicks have enough to move into the top 3 with 5 to go? And Chris Simyard is being very, very cautious right now, trying to defend that line, but trying to just run his race. As Adam Baker, or not Adam Baker, but Brad Hicks is going to go to the high side of Daniel Haney now. as we now have 4 to go. And does Brad Hicks get around Daniel Haney? Yes, he does. So Brad Hicks will move into 4th. Now he's going to start to work on Chris Simiard. And he's going to get that low line on Chris. Does he have enough coming out of the corner? It does look like he's got a nose in there, so he will keep the bottom line going into turn number 1 with 3 to go. Adam Baker now has 56 laps led and has sealed the deal for the most laps led tonight, getting those all-important bonus points. And Brad Hicks is still trying to work on Chris Simiard with 3 to go. I'm not sure who that is, but we have somebody blown up on the infield. The 41 of Kurt Davidson will end his night tonight, and Brad Hicks will take over 3rd. Brad Hicks with a late race charge, moving up to 3rd place. Does he have enough to defend 3rd, though, from Chris Simiard for 2 laps, and he does make the clean pass. And he'll probably drop right in front of Chris Simiard and defend that run. And now Chris to the inside. Does Chris have enough coming on the bottom line as we come to the white flag? Chris didn't have just enough coming off that corner, and will get right behind Brad Hicks and try to get some draft, but it doesn't look like he's going to have enough. And let's go back out front, though. Adam Baker is leading this race, and Kurt Davidson is trying to get as many laps as he can before he blows that engine. And Adam Baker takes the final turn of the night. And Adam Baker will be our winner here tonight, with Anthony Thitchner in 2nd, and I believe Brad Hicks does finish 3rd. So we will go ahead and take our last commercial break of the night, and then we'll come back with our interviews tonight.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
All right, we're back. We do not have our 3rd place finisher, Brad Hicks, in the booth at the moment. We do have Anthony Thitchner. Anthony Thitchner, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you start first tonight. You lead 48 laps, come out in 2nd. How was the car out there tonight?
Oh, the car was great, man. It was fun. You go out on green tires and you're just full throttle for the first couple laps. And then it starts, you have to cut it back a little bit. The longer you go, it starts getting more tighter and tighter. So you didn't have to fight any looseness tonight. When you're out there going full throttle, it's pretty fun.
Now, we saw you and Adam Baker go back and forth most of the race. How was the battle up front?
Battling was great. Adam, great driver. We respected each other. We gave each other a lot of room. So my hat's off to him. Great win for him. It was definitely fun, man. I didn't want to see that last caution, Steven, because we had guys pitting from lap 73 to 80, and they were going to have to pit one more time if it stayed green to the end. So I was waiting till lap 80, and I was going to pit then, and then a caution came out and ruined that plan. So like shortly after, so it ruined that plan. But it was going to be fun seeing how it was going to play out at the end. But you gotta love battles like that, and it's always fun. You know, second place, you can't get mad about that.
Yeah, it's definitely always fun to watch those kind of battles up in the booth. Now we have Bristol next week. Do we expect to see you out there?
Yes, sir. I told Paul I plan to be here every single week.
All right. Well, you come away with second tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Paul. I'd like to thank Lazy Dayz Racing for putting on the Xfinity Series. These are fun cars. It's gonna be a great season. I'd like to thank Jim B, putting the sponsor on there for the car. I'd like to thank my team Haters Make Us Famous Racing. And you guys are broadcasting, I believe, for broadcasting. You, Steven, thank you, man. I know it's a tough job sometimes, and we tried to put on a good show for you guys. So hope y'all enjoyed.
All right, man. Well, you're out there leading 48 laps tonight. You got the pole also, and you got to be proud no matter what the finish was because you put on a show for everybody out there tonight. So go ahead and celebrate your second place finish, and hopefully we get to talk to you soon.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
And we do have our third place finisher in here, so we'll go ahead now and talk with Brad Hicks. Brad Hicks, you got a copy?
Yes.
All right, well, you start 7th tonight, lead 1 lap, come in 3rd. You had a late race charge. How was the racing out there tonight?
Oh, it was fun, man. I was grinning like a mule eating briars the whole time, especially when you get side by side with somebody 3 or 4 laps. I enjoyed it.
Now, we did see that, man, you had a late race charge. I think it was about 5 laps to go, and we saw you jumping from 6th up to 3rd. Did you have any kind of strategy going in there, or were you just taking what came to you?
Pretty much is what came to me. I mean, them cats, Adam and Cole, I don't remember his name. They take off. I mean, I've never been a short run guy, man. I've always did better on the long run and just, biding my time, not running as hard as it needed to go, and just tire wear. I probably was more of it than anything. They burnt their stuff off and I didn't.
All right. Well, you come in 3rd tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Just you, Paul, Lazy Dayz, everybody, man. It's just real fun every week. I enjoy it.
And I know we usually do see you out here. Do we expect to see you next week at Bristol? And what's your thoughts about Bristol coming up?
To survive, man. I look at Bristol like a speedway race, man. There's just so much out of control. To survive and race the last 30, 40, 50 laps, that's when you need to worry about it. Until then, just be smart.
All right, man. Well, hopefully we see you back in victory lane next week. And until then, have a great night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and now let's get our leader up here. Or our winner tonight, Adam Baker. See if we can find him here. Adam Baker, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you were in a dogfight all night long with the 12 of Anthony Thitcher. Come away with the win and the most laps led with 59 laps. How does it feel?
Feels great. It's been a long time coming, it seems like. I've had a lot of issues with internet connections. I've had some pretty good speed, but I got some luck tonight and had some speed, and it turned out great.
Now, we did see you and Anthony going back and forth. Did you have any plan going into, because it did seem like Anthony had the short run on you. Did you have just a plan to sit back and wait, or were you trying to push it the whole time?
I was pushing as hard as I could. I didn't have any other plans.
All right. Well, you do come away with the win tonight. We have Bristol next week. What's your thoughts on Bristol, and do you expect to be back in victory lane?
Bristol is either my best track or my second best track, with this track being one of those two as well. So I'm excited for it. I love these cars there. I've had some success there, so really looking forward to that.
All right. Well, anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank the league for putting on the great races every week. Thank you for broadcasting. Lazy Dayz for sponsoring the league as well. And yeah, that's everybody.
All right. Well, we told Anthony this tonight, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. You had a hell of a battle out there, so you definitely earned the win tonight. Make sure to go and celebrate that win tonight, and hopefully we see you next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, and with that, let's go through our results tonight. Adam Baker does come away with the win. Anthony Thitchner in second, Brad Hicks in third, Chris Simiard in fourth, Daniel Haney in fifth, Michael Palmer sixth, Brandon Cretion rounds out in seventh tonight, Keith Haney in eighth, AJ Hamill in ninth, Lupe Gonzalez rounds out the top 10, Lynn McNeese 11th, David Howard Jr. in 12th, Bobby Jonas will round out in 13th tonight, Eric Barilli 14th, Paul Zoda 15th, Dean Viney 16th, Stephen Bird 17th, David Gainforth in the 101 machine finishes 18th, Jim Locking will finish 19th tonight, Joe Owens will finish 20th, Bob Skinner in 21st, Todd Kirkwood, one of those Lazy Days racing drivers, finishing 22nd tonight, Rob Whitmore in 23rd, Kurt Davidson in 24th, Shane Adkins 25th, Paul Cohen in 26th, Joe Mitchell 27th, James Haney 28th, Ryan Gimmel 29th, Billy Howard 30th, and Jeff Glockner in 31st, Kirk Davidson in 32nd, and Stephen Burnett rounds out the field in 33rd. So with that, I would like to thank everybody for stopping by on YouTube, on Beam, on Twitch. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow on Twitch. We broadcast races on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, possibly working on a Thursday night broadcast coming up. So make sure to tune in, as always, on one of those race nights. We will always have our upcoming schedule available. So with that, I would like to thank everybody once again for stopping by and have a great night.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.